I am tired.
I'm today's my only day off.
Really?
Yeah.
I managed to get your only day off. I feel both lucky and I'm sorry that I dragged you into this on your only day off.
It's alright. I was chilling out playing basketball
You're playing basketball?
on as a game. I mean, like it's been it hasn't stopped raining for the last almost a week. It's been raining straight.
So indoors basketball.
I was playing video game basketball.
Oh, okay. See, I
But
thought
I
you were going outside and playing basketball, or at the very least,
I
like
might.
undercover.
I might go out and play basketball, just not right now when it's raining.
I never pictured you as the basketball type.
Dude, basketball is great, but I'm really short, so I could never play it competitively.
Well, yeah, you and me both. I mean, I'm not per se short. I guess I'm more of like the average height, but at the same time, that doesn't really account for much in terms of basketball. You know, average is still short. You gotta be at least like 6 foot, you know?
Well, John Stockton, my favorite player, he was like 5'11", so...
Well, okay, you know, you at the end range of the 5 foot whole per spectrum, you know, you gotta be pushing like almost 6 foot, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but then you got like somebody like Muggsy, who is really short.
Well, there's always exceptions to the rules.
Muggsy was 5'3".
There's always
He was in
exceptions.
Space Jam. He was in Space Jam.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen Space Jam in like forever. So
was,
I have to apologize to all the viewers because this is kind of a weird introduction, and I think I'm gonna leave it in because I like it. You know, it's very interactive. I like talking to you. I'm extremely tired, but this is the Guildcast episode 17, 16.
Maybe? I don't know.
It's somewhere. It's one of those two. I'm in a pretty good mood, although I'm really tired. I haven't slept since I got off of work. Usually I do. But since it's like my day off also, technically it's the beginning of my weekend. It's kind of one of those optional times where you're just like, man, I don't know if I'm going to go to sleep or if I'm just going to kind of stay up until like the next day and then go to sleep at night.
You're gonna go to sleep at night.
Probably. At this rate, probably. But it's very fortunate that you were able to hop on this early because even though I'm tired, it's not like completely delusional. Like I'm straight up inebriated. Because that'll happen, you know. When you're tired enough, you start kind of getting the inebriation effects.
Yeah.
Even though you haven't had a sip of alcohol.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I think it helps that I'm sipping on some of this tea that I got. It's really good. I like it.
Well, I just finished dinner here.
It's from a can. I've indulged a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I went and got my weekly rations as well as some bonus treats because I like to have myself a cheat meal. And I've upped the ante because I am now doing like I'm not doing like 2 cheat meals a weekend. So it's kind of like cheating during the weekend. Although I haven't really officially gone into the meat and potato parts of the cheat meal, which is pizza.
That's what I had.
I have 2 days worth of pizza. It's fantastic. But I kind of went and started with dessert because I was like, man, I really just want some dessert right now. I want to kind of enjoy that.
Yeah.
And the fortunate thing is I didn't overindulge. And I like that because it's one of those things where I swear to God, when I was this is gonna be a little offensive to anybody who's listening who's gonna be all like thin privilege and whatever, but when I was a fatty fat cause
me, I'm a fatty fat fat.
Man, you know, I ain't gonna say how much you weigh, but I'm gonna say this: when I was 242.5, because I can actually round it down to point of a pound. I would binge eat like everything in sight Now that I've actually gotten a little bit of discipline and a little bit of control, I can actually kind of just eat to a satisfying rate and then just kind of be like, I'm good. I don't need any more. I don't need to overindulge.
That's what I need to, start doing myself.
It's
I
it's
can
really
do it,
difficult to get the discipline and the control, but once you have it, it's fucking sweet. I swear to God, it's just one of those things where you can just be like, yeah, I'm eating to this point and I'm good. Cause let me tell you what I had. It might sound like a lot, but it was just the right amount. So I went to Costco. You have Sam's Club, pretty much the same deal, just different branding.
Do you need a membership for Costco, by the way?
Yes.
Somebody says you did. Somebody told me you didn't.
No,
I was
you
like,
do.
"Nah, that doesn't sound right."
I think the only exception to that from memory is you can have a gift card,
Okay.
and that's about it. Or actually, there is another option. I believe you can use someone else's membership if they're there, but you have to pay in cash.
Okay. That makes a little more sense.
So that's like the only two ways I think you can actually get away with not having a Costco membership.
Okay.
But anyways, so went to Costco, got like some Danish, and they're good because I really wanted I really wanted some baked goods. I gotta be honest. I was thinking donuts, but I was like, nah, donuts really just they're overwhelming. Even before I was doing the whole diet thing,
They're extremely they're just like empty calories donuts.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if it's the oil. I don't know if it's just like the straight amount of like sugar and calories in them. I just can't handle it. I tried and it's just 2 or 3 donuts and I'm done. I haven't had a donut since then, so I don't know. Maybe my body's able to handle that shit now. It's possible, but I ain't gonna.
Just don't overdo it. That's all you have to do.
Yeah. Well, I got the control. So, anyways, I got some Danishes, and they're good. It's a good surrogate to the whole donut thing because they're almost the same, just slightly different.
What kind of Danish did you buy?
So they had a cream cheese Danish.
Mm-hmm.
They had 3 varieties to choose from, but they come in packs of 4, and you can only have 2 packs.
Okay.
All right, you buy Danishes. You buy 2 packs of Danishes, so that's like 8 Danishes in total. I went with the cream cheese. They had cherry and apple. I went with apple because it's like a little mini apple pie. Or like an apple
sounds good. I would have picked apple too.
Cherry's really good too. It's almost difficult. You almost wish that they would have just like a variety pack of all 3 of them because I would go for that. But I will say this: the cheese Danish, that is the best one. That is absolutely the best one, or at least the Costco that I go to. That's the best one that they make. The apple and the cherry is kind of a toss up because it's a harder flavor to get. And it's funny. The cashier actually brought up the Danish debate with me as I was in line, and she was saying like, if it was up to me, I would just go with 2 cheese Danishes. And see, my problem is that's too much. I like variety.
Yeah, I probably would just go straight apple myself.
I went with apple because, as I said, apple pie. It's delicious. It's like a little mini apple pie that you got, except the crust is a little different. It's like the consistency of a croissant, which is really good. Don't get me wrong, that is dope as fuck. But at the same time, I don't know. I just wasn't feeling cherry today, and cherry's really good. I like a cherry pie. Don't get me wrong, cherry pie is delicious, but I'm feeling more apple today, so I think I went with the wiser decision in that.
You see, I don't really like cherry that much, so it would be an even easier decision for me.
And that's a fair assessment. But anyways, so I have these Danishes, and I was just like, man, I really want a Danish. I'm getting kind of hungry. I gotta eat. Because here's the thing about my diet that I recently learned. I've gotten to the point where I have to actually start consuming more calories. I have to increase my
Yeah.
caloric intake, otherwise I get really sore and uh, I get really weak.
Yeah.
It,
No,
it
I
it's
I know
terrible, man.
exactly what you're talking about.
And for the longest time, like for a couple weeks, I couldn't figure it out. I could not figure out why I was feeling the way that I was because I hadn't changed anything. But the thing is, even though I hadn't changed anything, my body has changed.
Hmm.
It's actually gotten to the point where like it's starting to. I guess when you're kind of big, you have all these reservoirs of food and energy just like stored up, kind of like in hibernation, so to
Yeah.
speak. So you have access to all these wasted resources that you don't really use because you're all big and fat, or at least that's what I'm calling myself. It's a little bit of the self-shaming variety hour right now, but digressing
Mhm.
aside, I had all these like things going for me, and I guess I was using them up, and so now it's all depleted. So now I gotta take better care of myself, otherwise I'm gonna get really weak, and it's gonna
Mm.
suck a lot.
Yeah.
And that's why I figured out this week. That's why I was getting hurt the last time when I was here with Spider Mikey, talking about like my depression and all the shit that I had going on. It was miserable. My arms were hurting, man. But then I figured out I just need to eat more food.
Yeah. Just eat some more food.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? The best part about it, I eat more food, I feel really strong. All of a sudden it's like, oh man, now I have the power. I can do anything that I want to do. Beforehand I was like I was starting to think, maybe it's my time to move to a different area of the building that I work,
Hmm.
which is a good segue into another topic, but I'll get to that in a second. Um, so yeah, I was thinking like I had to shelf my whole my whole position because it was like maybe it was just my time to move on to a different area, something a little easier because I was starting to get to the point where I just couldn't handle it anymore.
Well, what would you want to do instead?
I don't know, like one of the other.
Office work or?
Nah, I mean like I'd still be doing a lot of the physical stuff. It's just that what I do is the most physically demanding area
Yeah.
of the warehouse.
Yeah.
So what I would probably do is I would probably either go into loading or unloading. It's a little easier than sorting
What's
boxes.
easier, loading or unloading?
I don't think it matters. I think they're both kind of on the same level.
Okay. I would say loading would be harder,
I mean
personally.
that's a fair
I would
assessment.
guess that because you gotta fit things.
I'm good at that. Even
Well,
to this
unloading, you
day,
kind of
I
just like throw it
still I
out.
still have it kind of as a second mind sort of skill. I don't really think about it too much, and I'm just able to do it really well.
So if you decide to transfer, what do you have to do? You'll be like, "Yo, boss, I'm transferring."
Well, first off, I would talk to my supervisor, tell him like the situation at hand because it's a little too physically demanding, or it was. It was getting to the point I was gonna tell my supervisor, hey, look, here's the situation. It's been like 2 weeks. Uh, there's a gradual amount of like soreness and pain that develops over the week. I'm not really able to handle this. It's very uncomfortable. I think I need to be put into like either the unload or like the load lines. Or at the very least, I don't know. Just check up like every day, see how I'm doing.
Hmm.
Go on from there. Of course, that said, don't need to do that because I feel good. Turns out I just need to eat more. Funny how life works out like that, you know?
Yeah. So, what kind of tea do you have today?
So I have some of that Zing tea that I get from a can.
Oh, okay.
Didn't make it because I don't know. It's really warm today, so I kind of want something a little cold.
Yeah.
And so the stuff from the can is really good because you can refrigerate it and it's delicious. Also, on the standby, I have some actual ice water in a gallon jug.
Ice water.
Yeah, and so I'm kind of sipping on both. So if you hear a little bit of jangling, that's the ice in the jug.
That's cool. I have just regular cold water, not really ice water. Just kind of got it from the refrigerator.
Hey, I say it's all good. But yeah, it's one of
But I
those
forgot to
things.
wash my cup out, so now it tastes like Big Red.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah,
I don't think
whatever.
I've ever had Big Red.
It's because it's out of Texas, right?
Yeah.
But it's only sold in a handful of places in like the Midwest. It's not on the East and it's not on the West Coast. So the only
Is
time I can
it
get it,
is it like a red cream soda?
it's like essentially it's a cream soda, but the flavoring of it is just so unique and it's good.
Oh, I kind of want some. I'm not gonna lie.
It's my favorite soda. Like I hate
If
that I
I
can't.
come and visit there, if I come and visit you,
Yeah,
you're gonna have to expose me.
I hope I have some
You're
because
gonna have to indoctrinate me into
the
the.
only way I can get Big Red is my brother's girlfriend
Really
because she goes to college in a place that sells Big Red,
interesting.
which is Western Pennsylvania.
Actually, I have a thought.
Hmm.
Big thought. Keep talking, because
Um, yeah, Western Pennsylvania. I don't want to go all the way over there.
I don't blame you.
It's too far. It's too far for Big Red.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it'd be a road trip, especially if I was there. But all that said,
The
who really
problem
wants
is
to travel all that way?
that it's just for like a convenience store, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like that one movie, Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
Yeah.
I mean, say what
Uh,
you want, that's kind of a bogus adventure that I don't know. It seems a little lackluster. I feel like there needs to be a whole meal out of it.
I don't have a
Um,
White Castle here either, so that would be me.
so I see that you can get count, a 12 count can pack of Big Red on Amazon
Yeah, but it's expensive.
for $16.
Plus shipping.
Yeah.
And that's
Well,
heavy.
actually, shipping is free if you have a
I
Prime
don't,
account.
I don't have a Prime account.
Well, I have a Prime account, so what I'm trying to say is, you go halfsies with me. We use my Prime account.
Send this half to me and send half
No,
to
I
you.
mean, we'll just order it and then it'll be there when I get there
All right, that works
if
out.
I come and visit.
That works out. We
Yeah.
could do that.
Yeah. And then if I don't like it, at least you'll have like a whole bunch of Big Red that you can just be like, oh yeah, Gillen was nice enough to just give this to me. I got
It's, you're gonna like it. It's not.
I got 11 cans all to myself, and my girlfriend if she wants them.
I still have a few 2 liters left,
Okay.
thankfully.
So
Well, I have to. They're at my parents' house right now,
Oh.
but I can just go pick them up
hey, there you go. What was I
if
gonna
I have
say?
time.
I have a segue, but before I get to that, because I'm still on the topic of food, because food is delicious and I love food.
And it's slightly nutritious.
Yeah, yeah, and healthful, especially when you're on a diet. So yeah, I
Yes.
had 2 Danishes. They were good. I had some orange juice. I had like one of those little serving sized things of Cheez-Its because I was really craving Cheez-Its.
Like the one you send to school.
Yeah, like the
Okay.
little cup packs, you know.
Yeah.
I guess technically they're 2 serving sizes, but still pretty negligible. So I had a little thing of Cheez-Its because I was just like, man, I really just want some Cheez-Its, but I don't want a box because that's I don't know. I want to be able to savor some Cheez-Its, but I don't want to just be like, oh, I got to eat all these Cheez-Its.
Yeah.
It's terrible. So I just bought like a little thing of Cheez-Its, and that was really good. That satisfied the craving. And then I had a pint of ice cream. I went to Target, and they had a sell on some Ben and Jerry's.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I love Ben and Jerry's. But the thing is, they didn't have a sell on the regular flavors. It was all the the odd flavors in the sense that we got the low calorie Euphoria pints of ice cream. They got the I think it's the non-dairy pints of ice cream. So a lot of the odd stuff that you don't typically think about. And I have to say, I got through the Euphoria, which is the low calorie ice cream, and I have to say it was really good. It changed my opinion on one of my favorite flavors that Ben and Jerry's does. And allow me to elaborate. So
yes.
I've told you one of my favorite flavors is milk and cookies.
Yes.
So I had milk and cookies, if not last week, the week before, and let me tell you, my opinion changed on it severely. I don't know what's wrong with me or it. It's one of those two things, but something about it just didn't. Something about it just tasted off. Like I don't know. It's like too sugary, too heavy. It's hard to really put a finger on what it was and how to explain it, but it's just like it was too overbearing in a lot of ways. So I was eating it and I was just like, this isn't bad, but I wish there was like something to it that wasn't so this.
Yeah.
And so, I was like, oh, okay, they got the low calorie chocolate milk and cookies. They have a low-calorie version of that ice cream flavor that I like so much. So I got it. And I was like, I'll try it. What's the worst that could happen? And let me tell you, it was exactly what I was looking for. It's a much lighter version of that. And it was really good. I can't explain it, but it's like whatever I found lacking in the original flavor, this version of it did the trick. And I think I have my favorite flavor back. It's like whatever was wrong with it, here it is. It's really good.
That's good.
I don't know how else to explain it other than it's like 140 serving, or it's 140 calories per serving, and there's like 4 servings. So do the math. I think it's like 520 per pint, which isn't too bad.
No, not bad at all.
It's and it's actually got pretty good. No, my bad. It's 560 calories, and it's got 280. What is that, milligrams? Yeah, milligrams of sodium. Not bad. I'd eat that again.
You'll have to.
Probably. I mean, I gotta try other flavors. I haven't tried the non-dairy version of what I got in the freezer. I think it's like some sort of coconut caramel thing.
Yeah.
Well, you say, oh, but I say, that could be good.
Coconut. That's all you have to say is coconut.
You don't like coconut. Okay.
I hate coconut.
To be fair, coconut is one of those flavors that I find either you like or you hate.
Oh, I'm definitely in the I hate it camp.
Well, you and my mom. My mom does not like coconut. I personally love the shit out of coconut. It's delicious. You give me a coconut, I'm a crack that thing open and I'm gonna eat all of it. It's good. But then again, you gotta understand, I like a lot of the tropical flavors that you'd get on like any tropical setting. coconut, pineapple,
I guess you could say the same for licorice. A lot of people hate that.
mangoes. Yeah, actually you can. Black licorice.
I
Either
love black licorice.
I hate black licorice. Absolutely disdain black licorice. I mean, don't get me wrong.
For me.
I'll drink absinthe. And not like favorably. I mean, I'll drink it and be like, okay, I drank it, and then I'll realize, no, it does not taste good. It tastes terrible.
I'd probably like it then.
You probably would. I'm not gonna lie. It has a very strong black licorice flavor to it. That and I think Jägermeister also.
I love Jägermeister.
Yeah, so you'd probably like it. I'm not a huge fan of the black licorice flavor. Something about it is just like way too overpowering and not savory.
I don't
know if savory is the right. It's not sweet enough, I guess, is the better.
It's so unique in flavor. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's like
it's not a very sweet
bitter
flavor, but at the same time, you're right. It's very unique. Like, or I guess I should rephrase that. It's not sweet in the way that I would typically find something sweet and delicious.
Yeah.
Because it is sweet. I mean, it's still candy regardless, but it's not the type of candy that I'm like, oh man, I gotta get it. On the other hand, you say something about red licorice, and I'll be like, okay, give me the red licorice. It's delicious.
Red licorice is all right. It's okay.
It's a lot sweeter. It's a lot more typical candy-like.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, it's definitely a lot more candy-like.
I think it appeals to a wider audience.
Would you buy? Are you Twizzlers or do you like Red Vines better?
I'd go Red Vines. Something about Twizzlers.
I like know. Red Vines too.
Something about Twizzlers, like it's not bad, but it's not my preference. I would go Red Vines 100% of the time.
I like Red Vines.
Yeah, me too. And the best part about Red Vines, you bite the tips off, you have a straw.
Yeah.
And it doesn't get any better than that. But anyways, so yeah, I am quite sated in my appetite, and it feels good.
That's good then.
Yeah. And so, with that said, and wasting about half an hour on this whole entire podcast, because there is a topic I want to get to, but there is something else I wanna ask, and you talk about only as much as you want to. I don't want to force this upon you. You've been busy, if I'm not mistaken, because something good happened to you, and I was curious if you want to talk about that.
I got another job.
And how is that?
It's different. It's
different.
Very it's new.
It's new. Okay.
It's very new. It could be very it'll get very busy in the next few weeks.
I believe it.
But
so
it's gonna be good.
Something about summertime makes it really busy.
Yeah, because it's in a tourist town.
Oh, okay. All right.
I've already resigned from the boardwalk.
And that was something that you were really
hoping to do. Yeah.
That was something that you really wanted to do. So this is.
I have one more official day at the boardwalk. I don't know if they're gonna schedule me for any more because you know how you do. You give your 2 weeks notice and whatever. But I'm only on the schedule for next Saturday, Saturday is going to be horrible. Next week Saturday is going to be horrible. I have a 14-hour day.
Oh jeez.
I got 2 jobs to work. I got 8:30 to 2 at the boardwalk, and then 4 to 10 at the new job.
So I got a question.
Yeah.
Again, only explaining as much as you want to. Which, if you said I don't want to talk about it, don't worry, we can drop it right there and then. What is your new job? Like, what do you do?
I slice deli meat,
Oh, okay, so
amongst other things.
kind of a butcher in a sense.
Not. I wouldn't go that far.
Okay.
You get the deli meat. You go up to the counter. You say, "Yo, I need a pound of American." I give you a pound of American.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna still say like sort of on the lines of being a butcher.
it's definitely not butcher work.
Well, not all the way, but working in a deli.
I also give out potato salad and stuff,
Oh, hey.
and I fried chips. Like I fry tortillas and make chips.
Ooh.
That's what I was doing yesterday. I was frying chips up.
I'm
Pretty-
I'm salivating. I'm not even hungry, and I'm salivating because it
They're a
all
bit
sounds good.
they're a bit salty, these chips, by the way.
Well, I mean, I couldn't have them on any normal day, but
They're corn.
I couldn't have
Not
them
flour.
on any normal day, but
They are pretty good though. I was I mean,
what is
obviously when I
Cortana doing? Sorry, it's
I don't
not
know.
you. All of a sudden, Cortana was just like something. If anybody in the podcast listening heard something, that's what that was. It was Cortana apparently thinking I wanted to ask her something, and when clearly I didn't, because I'm trying to hear Chaz talk about his new job, and I'm very interested because food is delicious.
Okay.
I have an
Another-
addiction.
Another part of my job is chicken.
Oh
Fried
God,
chicken.
I'm not gonna lie. See, here's something I wanted to talk about. Something I wanted to bring up. My ultimate goal when it comes to my diet is that I eventually kind of want to incorporate a lot of the things that I've cut out to a degree where I no longer really need to have a cheat meal, but rather I can just like incorporate a lot of healthy options in moderation so that it kind of maintains itself, and so I'm not like, oh man, let's go get a cheat meal while I get a pizza, but rather I make it so I have pizza for a couple days,
Yeah. It's fried chicken and rotisserie chicken. I haven't learned those yet. So, I mean, I've only worked there twice.
Right.
Tomorrow will be day 3, so
Okay.
maybe they teach me how to do that. But mostly I've been doing is cheese.
And that's fine. I mean, you gotta start somewhere. So it sounds like they're gonna teach you the ropes.
That's what's going on right now.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And
I
it's not bad.
got it. I got a good picture of what you're doing. And that's really all I wanted to say. But yeah, you've been busy, and that's kind of why you haven't been on for the past couple of showings, or the past couple of episodes.
I've been everywhere.
But that's okay. Spider Mikey kind of took the reins temporarily.
I'm gonna be busy, really busy this week coming up. Because, like I said, the Saturday is gonna be a death.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 days off from the deli. I have Monday and Tuesday off.
Oh, jeez. Well, you know me. If I'm
Awesome.
here for you, I'm here to listen to anything you want to talk about. If you want to complain for like 5 hours, I'm here to hear you complain for 5 hours.
It's not bad. It's just
No,
I'm
I'm just saying.
tired all the time.
I'm just saying. I'm here for you.
I want to go play basketball. But I can't play basketball if I'm at work.
No, I gotcha. It's like when I was depressed, all I wanted to do was play The Binding of Isaac. But of course, I had other obligations that I had to go do. I also had to get back up off my feet and go train and go run. Which I did.
I need to do something physical like that because I've been inside for too long.
It's it's good to have something along those lines to kind of help regulate. See, the reason I do it is because, again, it goes back to my blood pressure. I had really high blood pressure. Doctor gave me an ultimatum. I decided one of the best ways to get my blood pressure down was cardio, and so I decided to choose. I went with running, and it worked for me. Going further on into that, I actually pushed the limit today.
By running for a long time.
Yeah. I think you saw my Facebook post because
I saw your post.
Yeah. So viewers, if I remember, if I don't, I have two photos I want to share on the podcast today over Stardew Valley, which, I kind of want to talk about that a little bit, but, we'll see. Uh, so I ran today. I have two pictures I want to show. One is actually related to running. I ran 8 miles.
That's pretty good.
It's not an easy feat.
No.
It's a lot longer than a 10K, let me tell you that much. And there's a lot to that I do want to delve into. It's a little bit of a topic that I've been trying to lead into. So I learned a lot from my depression. You see, I was sick weeks ago. I think I talked about it. I had hands, feet, and mouth disease.
Yes, I remember you were talking about that.
That was the scrap part that I was trying to talk with you. I apologize for that. I was apologizing because I had to explain that when I was talking with Spider Mikey. Anyways, so I had that one virus, because as weird of a name as that sounds, it's actually a virus. I was out of commission for a couple days, and it really sucked because it was a really nice week. So I ended up resting. After I got done with that, I ended up going and doing my endurance run, like the really tough one, and I ran a 10K.
Nice.
And it was great. I was like, oh man, I didn't think I was going to be able to do this because, I was out for like a couple days. And I ran, and lo and behold, I was able to actually make it to 10K, and it was like fantastic. It was like on top of the world. And so the following weekend, I was like, okay, last weekend I hit 10K. I've been really trying to I've been training a little bit. I've been running. It's been really tough. I've been trying to increase my endurance, my distance, everything there is to go along with that. And so I went to do it. And that's when a lot of the problems start to develop. I was really sore. I was really weak. I ran for about 3 miles. It was terrible. It was one of those moments where I'm just like, God, what is wrong with me? And I learned a little bit from that. You see, as opposed to actually being out of commission and being okay, I'm really stiff, I don't know if I can do this. I actually rested up to the point where I could actually go longer distances because my legs were rested up to the point where they could handle that.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I went to try to match the length, my body wasn't ready for it. It was also really fatigued. And that's something that I never really considered, because it's you gotta rest and you can do a lot, that's great, but at the same time, if you've been running and you've been fatigued and you haven't given yourself ample preparation for this, it's gonna be a lot more enduring. It's gonna be a lot more difficult because your body's not quite used to after doing so much physical activity. It's really tough on the system, is what I'm trying to get at. But that said, today I did push myself a lot. 8 miles was the goal that I was trying to get at. I did run a lot. I cut back a little bit on my typical route because even though I was trying to push myself, I realized maybe that's a little too hard, and it's not good to be really hard on yourself. There's some things about it where you gotta fall a little bit. I think you gotta fail, you gotta make mistakes, and you gotta learn from them.
Yeah.
You gotta learn. It helps you grow. It helps you become better. It gives you experience, and that's part of what's been going on with me. Even though I've been really depressed, and all I want to do is play The Binding of Isaac when I'm in that state of mind, as I said. But going forward with it. Sorry, having trouble pronouncing certain words, apparently. Even though I'm really hard on myself, I know it's because I can do these sorts of things. But at the same time, I don't think I realized how tough it can get. Or it can get to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so, in some ways, I think I can be way too tough on myself. So when it gets to that point, I kind of get fed up. I don't think about all the self-esteem that I've been doing to all the damage on my self-esteem that I tend to do by I guess like I'm trying to think of the term here, self-abuse.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a tendency to be very self-abusive whenever I want results. I get very obsessive about it.
You and me both. I mean,
And so, in some ways, something that I've been trying to learn, especially now, is to forgive yourself. Because I think it's very important that even though you can do some amazing feats, it's important to understand that you will have moments where you fall and you get hurt and you get depressed and you cause a lot of self-abuse and self-esteem damage. But it's important not to give in to that, you know. Like, make some time to hurt, but at the same time, like, find a way to overcome it. Pick yourself up and forgive yourself. And apparently Cortana keeps interrupting me as I'm trying to, like, talk about some of these self-discoveries. But yeah, you know, that's what I've been learning this week. And it feels good.
I'm taking a drink of water.
Well, hey, you drink that water. I'm taking a sip of some tea.
Yes. You have good points.
Because
but as someone who is in a very negative spot right now, I'm just, I won't think clearly.
And that's easy to do when you're kind of in the middle of falling, you know. I don't think very clearly in the heat of the moment. I think it's really more of a self-reflection of afterwards, after, like, a lot of the damage has been done. You kind of think, how can I pick myself up? How can I make the situation better from where it is? Or at least that's kind of, I think, more of how I go about it.
Yeah. It's all about mental health.
It is. You know, like, that's part of, like, my training, you know? It's not just about my physical self, like the body. Part of it also correlates with the mind, because my mentality expects great things. Hence why I expect a lot out of myself, but at the same time, I also have to forgive myself when I can't meet those expectations. And it takes time. I mean, one thing I really have to understand and realize is my gut, for instance. Even though I've been losing a lot of weight, like, recently I weighed myself today, and it was down significantly. I actually took a picture because I forget these things, you know. It was 173.1. Yeah, so I'm actually getting very close to the 70-pound weight loss mark.
Yeah.
So not too bad, not too bad at all. But at the same time, physically, still have a gut. You know, that hasn't really gone away. And the thing about that is, you know, that it's not necessarily that it's fat. It's more like a flab that has to gradually, over time, like shrink back into the body. Because, you know, like, I've had kind of a potbelly for a while, like as long as I can think of, and so it's one of those things that it's a gradual adjustment. In fact, next year I don't even know if it's gonna completely like disappear. It might, but at the same time, you gotta understand, or at least I gotta understand that it's gonna take time to get that form that you really want. It's not something that's gonna happen instantaneously over a couple of months. It could take years, but as long as I stick to it, things will happen. Results will come as they come, but it's gonna happen.
Yes.
So a lot of
I
it
need
is
to.
patience.
I need to lose weight too.
Well, I'm just saying, Chaz, there is the unfortunate side effect that I think I won't be able to be Pastel Mr. Shin.
All right, I'll do it for you.
No, man. You cannot be Pastel. I gotta be Pastel Mr. Shin. Although I don't think I can. Because, I don't really have the gut. It's actually gotten to the point where I can wear my size 32 slacks.
I'm gonna become Roadhog from Overwatch.
You're not gonna be Roadhog from Overwatch.
But he has 600 health.
Well, yeah, I see you more as a Junkrat.
Oh God, that's an insult.
Nah, man.
Junkrat.
Well, okay. Would you rather I say?
I have the height of Junkrat, unfortunately.
Well, I was thinking more along the lines that you're as skinny as Junkrat.
Definitely not skinny as Junkrat.
Well, you know what?
He's like skin and bones, that guy.
Yeah, that is true. Well, I'm just saying in comparison of the two, I see you more as Junkrat.
Well, I
Physically.
can, because I'm not nearly as big as Roadhog.
Yeah, I would agree. You're not gonna be Roadhog.
He's huge.
He is, man. That's that is like morbid obesity right there.
I wish I could get like that, but I
No,
don't think
no,
I can.
you don't, because you gotta eat so much, and it's not good. You will puke trying to do it.
I'm gonna puke.
Where was it going with this? So yeah,
Mr. Shin.
self-discovery, Pastel Mr. Shin. I'm never gonna be Pastel Mr. Shin, but you know what? That's fine. I have another role model that I kind of think about every now and then.
Do you want to be Leon S. Kennedy?
Oh God, if I could be Leon S. Kennedy, that would be amazing. But no. Actually, I'll get to my other role model in a second, because it does lead up into the main topic I do want to talk about. There is one more thing I kind of want to like bring up, because here's the thing. Oh, by the way, the first picture I wanted to show up, if I did not say it, my time for hitting 8 miles was just under an hour 30. Just under an hour and a half. And it feels good. It might be below average, but you know what? I say that's a pretty good first attempt at doing it. And I hope that, next weekend I can try again and get a better time. I hope. But at the same time, I'm not going to put myself up to that limitation. I mean, it's still one of those things where I don't even know if I was even being like reasonable in trying to do it. A lot of it, I have to say, was probably pride and being overzealous.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, my garden's doing pretty good.
Yes, I saw you posted that too.
Yeah, that is the other picture I wanna put up right now, if I remember. Something I was trying to say, if I forget, because there is a possibility that I might, because I don't think I'm gonna edit this in time for this to be up tomorrow, technically, and tomorrow being the 20th of May. So, in other words, what I'm trying to say is this might go up a week later. I think that's what, like the 27th.
Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be the next time.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the next weekend. So, you know, a lot of this information probably outdated. Yeah, the
Wow.
27th.
We'll see how I do tomorrow or how I do Saturday.
Yeah,
Good luck.
hopefully I ended up doing another 8 miles, because there's no
Good
way I'm
luck,
going to
future
my next
me.
goal.
Good luck, future me.
Good luck, future us. No, actually, so yeah, if a lot of this doesn't get, if I don't make the edits that I wanted to do, hopefully what happens, or what you can do instead is you can go to my Twitter. I usually link it in the description. But yeah, I posted those photos there, so they're on my Twitter. You can see them there. That's really all I'm trying to say. If I forget to post them here. So I just have to say that because, you know, you can't always get what you want and can't always remember what I wanted, because, you know, it's like I keep forgetting what time I mentioned these things, but it's like about the 50-minute mark, so hopefully I remember that. But anyways, going further into topics, my garden is doing pretty good. I'm actually able to I'm able to get lettuce and salad.
Nice.
I don't need to buy it. On the other hand, aphids decide to get into my lettuce, my romaine to be exact, precise.
Oh, that romaine was on E. coli
Yeah,
watch.
it's on E. coli watch, but you know what? I don't have to worry about that because I grew my own.
That's true. It's your own.
I grew my own, so you know what? Whatever they did, probably not an issue for me because I get romaine lettuce from my garden, which I grew. Then cross-contaminate with anything that's going on there, unless it's just a general thing that's going on. Anyways.
It was all from like this Arizona farm.
Yeah. Well, it's from Gildom's garden. That's where I'm getting my romaine lettuce. Anyways, it got aphids, and that's not good. So you want to know what I did?
You killed the aphids?
Not as easy as you would think to do.
Hmm.
But I'll tell you what I did. A little test. I'll have to bring up the subject sometime later if one of us remembers to bring it up. But I got some organic insecticide.
Oh.
Because they make that, you know, they make organic insecticide. I went on Amazon and I found this stuff. It's a type of spray. And it's got a whole bunch of neat little things in it. And I'm just like, oh man, I kind of want to try it.
Did it work?
I don't know. I sprayed it today. I just got it today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, it's a topic to bring up later to see if it did work.
Yes.
But you know, pretty good luck. I was supposed to get it tomorrow. Turns out that it got shipped ahead of schedule, so I got it today. So I got to try it out today. My neighbors were asking me, "Is that organic?"
Yeah, it's organic.
Oh yeah, it's completely organic. I'm not trying to be an organic grower, but at the same time, it's I think it's a lot more beneficial because, you know, it doesn't really affect the environment nearly as much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be that guy that, like, all of a sudden you have a bunch of dead organisms, like, by the garden because chain reaction.
It's probably better for you because you're eating it.
Well, that too, but I also wash like all the vegetables that I eat regardless.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would agree. That said, I got a lot of lettuce. Let me tell you, I clipped a couple leaves yesterday, filled up a gallon-size Ziploc bag. Hardly made a dent in my garden. There's a lot of lettuce.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm not growing?
Anything?
I'm growing nothing.
And that's okay.
It's better be okay because I don't have a garden to, I can't really grow anything because I don't have the ability to have a garden.
Well, right
If
now.
if I go plant stuff in like, I don't know, the yard, the old I mean, somebody could go stomp on it.
Yeah. Well, I do have to admit, a lot of the reason I grow stuff is because I was very much influenced by Stardew Valley, which chances are that's the game that's on screen right now, and I hope it is because I really want to play some Stardew Valley.
You know
Anything
what?
to
I
get
kind
me
of do
away
too.
from the Binding of Isaac.
I want to play Stardew Valley too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do want to clarify. Nothing against the Binding of Isaac. Just trying to get away from old habits at the moment. Also, I
Um,
unlocked the Keeper, and the Keeper is not a fun character to play as.
no.
But that's a different story for another day. Right now, let me just say I love Stardew Valley. It's really, I don't know, it's a really chill game. I like it. And if I am correct in thinking this, because I just found this out, hopefully I can put together the video, I can put the music in the background of this video so we can finally start getting music in these vlogs, which is pretty dope if I do say so myself.
Do they have a soundtrack you can buy?
Yes.
You know what?
If
I'm on
not,
Steam.
I got
can
it.
look. You know what I'm looking at? I'm gonna look right now. I'm gonna look
I
right
have
now.
the soundtrack.
I've clicked the wrong button. I clicked news instead of store.
But yeah, I'm just saying, like, I
There's
really like
soundtrack.
music. You found it?
They have a soundtrack for the game.
Yeah. Oh, I knew they had a soundtrack for the game. I
You
don't know
already
if you can
know
buy
it.
it though.
You can. It's $5.
Okay, there you go.
But you do need to actually own Stardew Valley.
Oh, you're looking at Steam, aren't you?
Yeah, I am on Steam.
Oh, okay. Because, I mean, sometimes you can go to, like, other soundtracks, like the Shovel Knight OST. And I think you can get it on Steam, but you can also get it on other sites. And you don't need to own the game to get it.
I mean, it is also on YouTube.
Well, yeah, everything's on YouTube.
I don't know if it's the Concerned Ape guy or whatever. I don't know if it's...
It might not be. That's not the point. The point is, hopefully I can get music back in, because I can just kind of put that in, all the other sound effects and stuff. I can just kind of turn that off, because I guess the game gives you control. And like the idiot I am, I didn't know about this, or I didn't think about it. So, yeah. Hopefully we can get music going in on the podcast now. And that would make me happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I gotta play some more Stardew Valley.
I gotta play some more Stardew Valley.
One time I played Stardew Valley.
Mm-hmm.
And I, oh, that's actually a really nice picture. I'll show that to you later, but I caught some Joja Cola in the ocean.
Well, you can get a lot of Joja Cola. I find it impressive that every Joja Cola you get is unopened.
I don't know why people are just throwing Joja Cola in the ocean.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the idea is you just find like a tin can in the ocean, and if they could, it would be like an opened, like just utter garbage version of it, but they didn't program that. You get a fully unopened can of Joja Cola.
I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna go fishing in real life, and if I catch a can of like Coca-Cola, I'm gonna drink it.
I mean, it's unopened, so yeah, go for it.
Yeah. I mean, what if it's expired?
Can Coca-Cola expire?
Yeah.
It can?
We, when I was a youngin', my friend had a can of, like, Brisk, or He had a whole cooler he took to the beach one year, and he didn't empty it ever, and it was underneath his deck. And then I found it, and I opened it. I was like, hey, look at all this soda in here. He's like, oh, I didn't know that was there. I looked at it, and the expiration date was, well, I guess it's expiration. It's still kind of like the sell-by date. And it was like 3 years out of date. And I was like, you think I should drink this? And he said, I don't know. But then some other guy drank it, one of the other guys we were hanging out with. And he's like, yeah, tastes fine.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think soda has an expiration date. It has a sell-by date, but that's kind of two separate things.
Yeah, it's just like water and sugar.
I'm gonna Google this real quick just to...
I sent you an awesome picture. I mean, you don't really need it because you've been playing this game for a million years, but it's kind of neat. I don't know who half these people are, though. Well, not half, but like some of them. Like, who the heck is Kent? Is he in the desert?
That is... Kent, do you want me to tell you?
Oh, he has an army thing, so I'm figuring that he's Sam's dad.
Yes. That's Jody's husband.
Well, he's right next to Jody, so that makes sense.
That's Sam and Vincent's father.
Oh, so he doesn't die in the war. That's
He doesn't die. He gets sent back. You don't meet him until a year after... Or, let me rephrase that. You don't meet him until a year into the game.
Okay. I haven't met... Let's see. Everybody on the first row, I know.
Yeah.
Caroline was the last person I met. I didn't even know who she was.
She, well, that's the thing. I think when you're first kind of playing the game, you don't really pay attention to villagers because you're kind of still getting used to the game. But after a while, you're just kind of like, okay, I have to meet all the villagers, and you kind of get adjusted to them, but at the same time, you're not really used to their schedule, so it takes time.
Like, I know Alex is just this jock guy who lives with his grandparents.
Yeah, that's me. In a nutshell right now.
Because his mom's dead.
Yeah. I liked Alex's story.
And his dad's a deadbeat.
Oh, his dad's terrible. Or at least from what he tells you, he's terrible.
Elliot lives in a shack on the beach, and he wants to write.
Mm-hmm. Very admirable person.
Harvey, he's the doctor, right?
Yeah, he's the doctor.
Yeah, I hardly see him.
He's got some points to him. He's kind of bland in my opinion. I think some people could agree with that, but he's not too bad.
He has a cool mustache.
Yeah.
Sam, he's the rock guy. He likes to skateboard.
He's really young in comparison to I think a lot of people. I mean, I guess the idea is him, Sebastian, and Abigail are kind of the same age. They're also Biffles, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they're all friends because they're always hanging out with each other.
They're also in the band together.
Yeah, Sebastian, he's a computer dude, and he smokes cigarettes.
Which I was a little shocked, because that is not something you'd see in a game like Harvest Moon, but this isn't Harvest Moon. It's upping the ante.
Abigail, I don't know, she's kind of weird. She wants to explore things.
Yeah, I kind of dig her. She's not my favorite. Alright, she's not the person I would pick, but she's definitely someone I could definitely imagine being friends with.
Haley, she's a jerk.
Okay, alright. I had to say this because I happen to be on the fan page on Facebook.
Of what?
Stardew Valley.
Oh, okay.
They had to get rid of a post because everybody complained about Haley.
Well, she's the worst.
Yeah, everyone complained about it. So, I have to play devil's advocate. She does get better as you level her friendship. She actually does open up, and it's kind of enjoyable. It takes time, because much like Shane, she's very unlikable in the beginning because, she's very off-putting, very arrogant towards the character, but as you level her friendship meter, she does become a very likable person.
I don't dislike Shane. He just doesn't like me, so I'm like, all right, whatever.
I'm just saying there is character development with those two characters as you become better friends with them.
Let's see what else we got. Lee here. She's an
Okay,
artist.
wifo, absolute wifo right there.
I
I'm
call
borrowing
her.
that term because you used it.
Yeah, you're not gonna like. You don't. You're not gonna like what I call her on my stream.
Well,
Because she was mean to me.
well, you know, I will say this: she's very in tune with nature, but at the same time, I kind of like the idea that she is very similar in like the player character in the sense that that's why she's at Stardew Valley
To get away.
to get away from a
Oh.
lot of it. I like that. I kind of can identify with that because you know me personally, I do identify with the player character's reason for moving to Stardew Valley. And so
Um.
I kind of dig that. Also, I kind of dig the artist thing. It's not like 100% like that's a necessity or anything, but you
Yeah.
know, best girl right there. You know that's who I pick.
Um. Maru. She's an inventor.
She. You see, here's the thing. I have nothing against Maru, but she's also kind of bland.
She's like the most boring person in the game.
A little bit, you know, and that's terrible because she's incredibly smart. Like there's some there's there's a really awesome scene if you get like 10 points of friendship into her she gets a really nice scene at the end of her friendship thing.
Uh-huh.
But I don't really want to talk about it because you haven't gone there.
No.
But that said, you know, it's like there's things tomorrow and I have nothing against her. It's just she's really boring for the most part. And I don't know if that's because, you know, she's the daughter of Demetrius, who's the scientist, and she's
But
also smart.
Demetrius is infinitely more interesting than she is.
It's one of those things where it's like I don't know how not to like sound like I'm harping on Maru, but it's just kind of like, you know, I wish there was more to Maru to make her a little more interesting because I feel like
She works at the doctor's office.
yeah, she's the
That's
nurse.
probably the most interesting thing she does.
I'm just saying I feel like they could flesh her character out a little bit better, but saying that they could probably flesh a lot of the other characters out a little bit because I don't know, they're borderline one dimensional. Sorta.
And
I mean, some of them I think have a little more depth than others.
then you got Penny here. I really don't know anything about her. I just know she takes care of the two kids. She's like teaching them.
Yeah,
That's all she ever says. Oh, I teach Jazz and Vincent during the day.
do you want me to get into a little more of um Penny's life because it's a little interesting.
Doesn't she live with Pam?
Yeah, that's her mom. Her
Oh,
mom's an
God.
alcoholic,
I can see why she doesn't want to go home.
and she has to put up with that, and she pretty much takes care of her mom, and she's kind of like I want to live my own life, and I teach the kids, and it makes some money, but at the same time, she's basically supporting her mom because.
Her mom just drinks all day.
Yeah.
That's all she
Well,
does.
here's the thing. Her mom is the bus driver.
She has no work.
She has no work. The bus is broken down.
Why should they just ask like Clint to fix it? He seems like a handy dude.
You figure. Here's the thing. They don't have enough money to do that.
Oh, okay. And that's why I can fix the bus. Okay.
Yeah, that's why
what
you can
I'm
fix the
working on.
bus. You get enough money, you fix the bus. They send a mechanic to repair it. I guess that's why Clint can't do it. He's not a mechanic. He doesn't have the know-how to actually fix it. But here's the alternative. Why not have Demetrius look at it? He's a smart guy.
Him and Maru.
Yeah.
Him and Maru could probably
Actually,
fix
that
it.
would probably work out very well because Maru's really good with gadgets. She
They
makes
could.
robots. She could probably improve the bus.
They probably could fix it.
They could probably fix it.
Caroline. I have no idea who Caroline is. I saw her
There's
once.
a little
I
bit
saw
of
her.
lore to Caroline.
Who is she?
She's the wife of oh god, it's gonna Pierre. She's the wife of Pierre and the mother
Oh,
of Abigail.
that's Abigail's mother.
That's Abigail's mom.
God. Okay. Well, I know nothing about. I
All
hardly
right,
ever see her. She was the
here's
last
the other
person I
here's the
know.
other thing. Pierre is her second husband and not Abigail's biological father.
So she had her with another man.
Supposedly, and I think it's only hint. It's not actually confirmed. The
That would
wizard
make
is
sense.
actually the wizard is potentially Abigail's father.
I mean, they do both have purple hair.
Yeah. So that said, the idea is Caroline was kind of into some freaky stuff, and then she kind of decided she wanted to quit that and live a more normal life, or at the very least have a little more stability. So she ended up marrying Pierre, leaving the wizard. I guess the wizard was kind of cool if this is true, and so yeah, basically. Abigail's just kind of like Abigail was just a baby at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's supposedly the whole thing about Caroline. She's in a second marriage, um, just basically being mom to Abigail and wife to Pierre.
Next on the next line is Clint.
Yeah,
I don't like Clint. I don't like him.
he's really boring.
He's really stuck up.
You know what? I don't really have an issue with that because I never really associated with him a whole lot. All I really did with him is just I gave him gifts and I had him upgrade my tools.
I upgrade he breaks the geodes and he upgrades my,
Yeah,
that's all he does for me. But he's a real stuck up dude. He's like, yeah, why are you talking to me? My dad was a blacksmith. My grandpa was a blacksmith. My great grandpa, can you guess what he was?
a clown.
Oh, you're so smart.
No, a clown. I was picked a clown, and then he was like, "Ah, that's funny." Like.
So I picked a jerk.
Oh well, no wonder he got upset. See, here's the thing. I didn't really care too much about Clint because in a lot of his cutscenes, he's pining over Emily, but he never has the guts to actually do anything about it. And then like I think it's during like the actual relationship with Emily. If you get to the high like enough like if you get the cutscene, I think that has a high enough friendship. And I think you have to also have friendship with like Clint and it might be the mayor or someone else. Or I don't remember. I might be thinking of a different cutscene, but I remember Clint is just like, okay, you win. I'll go be a blacksmith all alone. he basically just acts as a cuck the whole entire time. That's Clint in a nutshell. He's like, why can't I actually talk to Emily? Why can't I ask her out? And then you just kind of are like, hey Emily, let's go fuck, and she's cool with it. Supposedly.
He can have Emily.
I agree. He could probably have Emily.
He can have her. I don't really like her.
She's
alright.
I don't mind Emily. She seems alright, but she's a little far out. She's a little out there, you know.
She's always talking about how she wants to go to the desert.
Yeah. Well, when it rains, she talks about going to the desert. But I mean, if you see some of her cutscenes, I'm just saying some of her cutscenes. I swear to God, it's like, Emily, are you on drugs or something? You're having like some psychedelic dance parties or something. I don't know. It's weird.
She works at the bar, so she's probably like constantly drunk.
No, she's not. I don't think. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, Emily's weird to say the least. She's not bad though. You know, I say none of the bachelors and bachelorettes are a terrible decision because obviously it's catered to be like, who do you prefer? But
if your choice is not Sebastian and also not Sam, then you're wrong.
Well, excuse me, but I would choose either Leah or Shane.
I don't know Shane. He only tells me to get lost.
I will say that Shane has some of the most brutal cutscenes because his cutscenes deal with alcoholism.
He loves beer. That's
He
his
does,
favorite.
but like they're really brutal, and I want to say it's something that a lot of people should experience once.
Alcoholism?
No. I mean like the cutscenes. No.
Alcohol. I think I'll pass.
Yeah, no. Don't trust me. Alcohol is not the answer. Insert moral here. No, I'm saying his cutscenes are something I feel like a lot of players should experience because they're really brutal and I like it, but at the same time, it might just be my preference. I can't say that it's something that everyone's gonna enjoy. Some people might find Shane really unlikable or just straight up not that great of a character. And that's fine. I can't say, hey, Shane is the best character. I like him. I think it's kind of awesome that he's got this. It's like fantasy fulfillment with the idea of playing the White Knight in that situation where you're helping him out.
All right. The next character on here is Demetrius.
And we've talked about him a little bit.
Talked about him. Then the one after that is Dwarf. I don't even know who that is.
Okay, Dwarf is not a character that you're gonna find out in the open. He's actually hidden in a little hidey hole in the mines. There is some ore that you have to break, but I think you need like an iron pickaxe or better to break it.
Oh, I can't do that yet.
Yeah, and not only that, there is another requisite in order to really socialize with Dwarf, because once you break it, you will find him. But here's the thing: he speaks Dwarven or Dwarvish.
Oh.
And in order to actually learn how to speak Dwarvish, you have to find the 4 Dwarven scrolls.
Oh.
And let me tell you something about the 4 Dwarven scrolls. 3 of them are kind of easy to find. Like the first 2 aren't too bad. The third one's kind of like, it's you'll probably find it, but at the same time, if not, just keep looking harder. The 4th one is really hard to find. Even to this day, I have not found it. And
so you don't know Dwarf that well?
No, I do not know Dwarf that well. I know he sells you some pretty good things, and he likes the Dwarven artifacts. And looking at this thing that you show me, he likes a lot of gems.
Yeah.
So
hey, I just occurred to me that him, Emily, and Clint all like the same thing.
Oh yeah, they love it.
Thing. And then Emily's after Dwarf, but we talked about her.
Yeah. We got Evelyn and George.
Evelyn and George, they're kind of...
I feel like we need to talk about both of them together because they're basically the same thing, and that is Alex's grandparents.
I like them. I like them both.
They remind me of my grandparents.
I like George a lot.
I identify a lot with Alex currently.
He is what I aspire to be when I am old.
George is a tough man, you know. He's like, hey, you think I got old and that's why I'm in my wheelchair? Go fuck yourself.
Exactly. That's what I love about him.
I wasn't an accident. Because let me tell you, if my legs still work, I'd beat the shit out of you. But I do like the counterpart where you got Evelyn, who's a really sweet lady. She's just really like she
says you can call me Granny.
Yeah, she's just really sweet. She gives you cookies and stuff.
She gives you cookies? I haven't gotten that close to her, so she doesn't give me cookies.
She teaches you the cookie recipe, I think, if you have a high enough friendship.
Alex has pretty cool grandparents.
Yeah, well, I kind of like Alex, even if he is one-dimensional and really standoffish at the beginning.
Yo, Alex is my other boy.
I'm just saying, much like Haley and Shane, he kind of develops as you grow that friendship.
It was pretty easy, because he just kind of likes all the flowers I gave him.
Yeah. You can also give him eggs, and he likes that.
I don't have any eggs. I don't have any chicken.
It's a little bit of a step process to get chickens. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't have that yet. I'm still in like the whole farming and mostly fishing.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I do. I'm a fisherman,
So
which will get to Willie eventually.
yeah, we'll talk about Willie in a second. So then
Uh,
you got Gus.
Gus is cool. I like Gus.
Gus is cool, but at the same time, I feel like you never really interact with Gus a lot.
Nope, he just says, "Hey, welcome. You're always welcome here. Buy some beer."
Yeah, yeah. Give it to Pam or Shane.
No, you drink it. You
There's
drink it, and then you get the distortion effect, which is hilarious. I was like, "Whoa!"
And then I guess that's really all we had to say about Gus.
I mean, he kind of looks cool.
He looks all right. He runs
Got
the
like a
he runs the was the tavern,
the saloon,
the saloon.
Straw
That's
Drop
it.
Saloon. And he has a good moment. He's like, "Yo, Linus, come into my shop. I don't want you to eat out of the trash."
Yeah, that was a good scene. You know, he's just like Linus. No one should be hungry. Here, have some zucchini fritters, which sound really good, by the way.
Actually, they do sound pretty good. I
And,
might
and he
have
gives
to
him
look up how to-
some spicy marinara sauce to dip him, and he's like, "Hey, no one should be hungry in Pelican Town."
And then I go straight-
He's just a really nice guy.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah, you can't really hate
Uh,
Gus.
No, you can't hate him.
But on the downside, I feel like you can't really love him either, just because he
He
only has
doesn't-
so much character development.
He doesn't really. I don't think I've ever seen him outside the saloon unless it's like
I've
one of those.
seen him like one. There's one day he goes to Pierre's shop, and that's about
Okay.
it.
I've never seen
One
him
day
outside
out
this.
of the week, he just. I think before the saloon opens up, he's at Pierre's shop, and you'll see him there. But that's about it.
I'm probably out and about doing my own thing at that point.
Probably it's not something that's really noticeable.
We got Jazz. I don't really know much about her other than that she plays with Vincent.
Do you care about spoilers?
She's Shane's relative.
Shane is her godfather.
Oh, he's her godfather.
Her parents
Is that
died.
Martin's?
Marnie
Oh,
Marnie is Shane's aunt,
Okay.
but Jazz has no relation to Marnie or Shane, except
Yeah, I didn't-
with Shane being her godfather.
So Shane looks over her.
Are you supposed to?
Well,
He does later
sort of.
on, but you know, Shane's kind of off being an alcoholic.
So who looks over Jazz? Marnie?
You know what? I think for the most part, Marnie does look over Jazz.
Kenny?
Well, and Penny. Penny and Marnie look over Jazz more. I'd say after a certain point in the like as you level up Shane's friendship, I think Shane starts actually being more father figure to Jazz,
Yeah.
which is why
Well,
I like Shane's friendship.
What if you marry Shane? Does he like just leave Jazz?
That's
All right,
an
Jazz, go
unfortunate
live with
thing
Marnie.
that I feel like is kind of an oversight because, you know, technically, Jazz would go live on the farm with you guys because it's kind of her responsibility, but, you know, it doesn't happen.
All right, Jazz, go live with Marnie.
No, I'm just saying, I think it's an oversight, really, when it comes down to it because,
Yeah.
you know, that's what would happen.
Jody. Jody is
That's Sam and Vincent's mother.
she's just the mom. She's like the mom.
Yeah, for the most part, that's...
Oh, I never know what to make my kids for dinner.
She's nice.
Yeah,
She's nice, I'll say that.
I gotta make my kids dinner. What should I make them? I never make them do chores.
And then you got Kent, who,
I don't know anything about him because I haven't met him yet.
do you want me to talk about him, or do you just want to go over to Krobus?
He's a soldier.
Yeah.
I know he's Sam and Vincent's father,
Yeah.
and that's
I can talk
All
about
I know.
Kent if you want, because I know a little bit about Kent.
give me like the least spoilery stuff. about Kent.
He is really stern, for the most part, and he has trouble trying to interact with a lot of the people.
Does he have like PTSD?
Yes.
I would assume so. He's in a bloody
That's actually a lot of his character in a nutshell.
PTSD guy.
Yep.
Gotcha. I have no idea who this Krobus.
Okay, so do you want me to tell you how you find Krobus?
Is he the scary dude in the sewer?
Yes.
I saw the cutscene of Vincent and Jazz are playing by the sewer.
Yeah,
he goes, oh, something's in there.
He's
but I can't get it.
I forget what it is. It's like one of the shadow monsters that you see in the cavern or in the mine.
Oh, those things.
Yeah, or a shadow brew. I think that's what they're called. Anyways, Krobus is part of that tribe, but the thing is, Krobus is actually like the friendly version of that.
He's not
trying to kill you. He actually sells you stuff, and some of that is really awesome. The thing about Krobus is you do not get access to him until you donate enough artifacts in the museum, and then it Clive? Is it Clive?
Where? He's not even on here.
No, well, he's not a giftable NPC. I don't remember. Not important. Point is, when you donate enough things, that guy will like you'll activate a cutscene and he'll show up at your farm at the beginning of the day, and he gives you a key, and you can go into the sewer and you see him.
Okay. So it's locked for me, so I can't actually get in there.
You haven't donated enough stuff.
I donated some stuff.
Yeah, but you have to donate a lot of stuff.
Okay. The Mayor Lewis.
Mayor Lewis.
I don't really have an opinion on him.
I have an opinion on him.
I like his mustache, but that's about it.
He's sleeping with Marnie.
Oh, saucy.
There are a lot of hints about it.
Oh yeah, they like drink together.
They drink together, but it's more than that. There is a quest dealing with Mayor Lewis. He wants his shorts back.
I got that, and I couldn't find his shorts.
You want to know where they are?
Where are they?
Marnie's bedroom.
Oh my god. No wonder I can't find them.
He asked for truffle oil.
Truffle oil?
I have no idea why he wants it. He's very discreet about it. I can only assume that it has lubricating applications for it.
My god, he's a dirty old man.
He is a very dirty man. Also, he says, or there's a cutscene with Marnie. He's like, we can't go public with this situation, because the implication is Marnie wants an actual relationship.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Why can't he do it? I mean, why
you know,
not?
That is the biggest question, because the reason he gives is that it would, I think it would cause some sort of internal affair sort of situation. Like, it would cause a lot of problems
like
for his position. It would cause a lot of problems for his mayor position, which I don't really get, because how would that really affect anything?
I don't think anyone in the town would object to that.
Yeah, I don't think so either. So Mayor Lewis is just being a dick.
Yeah, he's not very nice.
He looks cool, but damn it. I don't understand why he's just like, Marnie, we can't be together, and yet I'm okay having sex.
Yeah, I honestly don't think anyone in town would have a problem with their relationship.
I don't either. I think everyone would be
some of them will. In fact, some of them would be very thrilled.
Yeah, I do too. You know what? I think a majority of the people would be like, yeah, you guys are cute together. I mean, they see them together a lot too.
I mean, they aren't exactly subtle in the pub.
No, they're drinking together.
And you can't talk to Marnie because she's too busy talking to him.
Yep. And yet, Mayor Lewis makes time to talk to you.
Man, he's not a nice guy.
I don't know.
Huh.
So Linus,
at first I just said, oh, he's just a dirty old beggar, but now I'm kind of neutral about him.
I think Linus is one of those guys that gives you a lot, despite the fact that he's a homeless man. Like he gives you a recipe for better bait, and he also teaches you how to make sashimi.
Which everybody seems to like.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Also, he's really easy to give gifts. He'll practically take anything that you give him and say that's a good gift.
Oh, thanks.
If you find any like wild forageable thing, you give it to him and he likes it.
Yeah, I'm trying to befriend him so I can get stuff.
It's not that hard. You just have to give him stuff like every week and he's happy.
He says, "Don't mess up my tent."
Which you can't.
I wasn't gonna.
Marnie.
Yeah.
Marnie
she
deserves
sells
better.
Animals. She sells animals, right?
She sells animals, animal equipment. You know, I like Marnie. I think she's kind of cool.
I don't really interact with her because I don't really have much to interact with her. Like, I'm not equipped to have animals on my farm yet.
Yeah. I'll say this: there's nothing wrong with Marnie. I like her.
She looks all right.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got alcoholic Pam.
I love making fun of Pam. I love giving her seaweed so she gets really mad at. She's like, "This is absolutely despicable."
I don't know. There's something about Pam where it's just like, you know, what is there to say other than Jesus Christ, Pam?
She's always the first one in the pub.
You wanna know? You wanna know the funny thing is, if you befriend her, she will send you battery packs, and those are useful.
I don't even know what do battery packs do.
They're craftable components.
Oh.
So you use them to make things.
She sends you battery packs? Where is she getting these battery packs?
Well, she says she finds them in her drawer, like her nightstand drawer or something.
Okay.
And she's just like, I was lying around, and I think you'll have better use for it than I will, and yet, you know, they're not exactly cheap to make, or rather, you get them by making lightning rods.
Okay.
And so it's kind of, you can only get them if there's a thunderstorm, and yet she just sends them to you, and I think they do sell for a decent price. Or at the very least, they're well worth having around, just because you can actually make the best sprinklers from them, and you can also make some pretty good stuff with them. So, yeah, she sends you some pretty awesome stuff, or at least a really awesome thing.
That's the only motivation you need to befriend her.
Yep. Then she drives you to the desert, but that doesn't really matter on friendship.
I don't have the desert bus fix yet.
Pierre.
I don't really like Pierre.
Pierre is just the general store owner.
He's kind of
He runs it.
He's kind of uppity.
Yep.
Yeah. Pierre. He's closed on Wednesdays.
And until you do the
really
JoJo,
nice.
Until you fix up the the community center.
He's always closed on Wednesdays,
yeah,
and it's kind of.
But if you fix up the community center, he's open on Wednesdays.
He does sell backpack upgrades, which is unique.
Yep.
Can't get that at JoJo Mart.
Nope.
Robin. She's alright.
She's Demetrius's wife. And Maru and Sebastian's mother.
She's Sebastian's mother. She's Maru's stepmom.
No, she's actually Maru's mom.
Their brother and sister, Sebastian and Maru.
They're half brother, half sister.
Oh, okay.
Sebastian is was from another marriage. Demetrius is Robin's second husband.
Okay, okay.
But
Sebastian.
yeah,
So Demetrius is not Sebastian's father.
no.
But Maru and Robin, that is her mom.
Maru is Robin's daughter.
Okay, so that's why Sebastian feels like he's a black sheep, because the current marriage, they favored their kid rather than the kid from the leftover marriage.
I think it's a number of things, but I would say there is kind of this weird sort of situation where he's kind of just like, well, I'm the product of a failed marriage.
Yeah. Well, Robin's cool.
Yeah.
She builds stuff.
She built the house that they're living in.
She built my, what the heck did she build?
She builds a lot of things.
She upgraded my house.
Yeah.
She smacked it with like a hammer.
Yep.
And she says, "Don't talk to me while she's fixing it."
Well, she's focused on her work.
I just wanted to say hello.
She's really... You can give her gifts.
While she's building?
Yep. And she'll thank you for that.
Yeah, well, I'll keep that in mind. Sandy. Who the heck is Sandy?
You meet her when you have access to the desert.
Oh, that's Emily's friend.
Yeah.
Ah, my friend Sandy. She likes things. Blah, blah, blah.
I'm not gonna lie. There is this sense that I know there's a mod for this, but Sandy is not an eligible bachelorette, and yet I don't see why not.
She lives in the desert. That's why.
Yeah, but I don't see why not.
Well, there's a mod that makes Pam a bachelorette.
Well, there's a mod that makes her a bachelorette. There's a mod that makes everyone a bachelorette and marriageable.
You mean I can have my dream romance with Willie?
I think so.
Oh my god, I want this mod.
I'm pretty sure that does exist. There is a guy who showcases a lot of these.
How about George? Can you make him a bachelor?
I gotta be honest. I don't know if there is a mod to make Evelyn or George like a marriage candidate.
Talk about sugar daddy.
I don't think George would be a sugar daddy, to be honest.
He'd be like,
I think at that point, you're just trying to be a house wrecker.
Home wrecker.
Home wrecker, yeah.
Oh my god! All right. Well, Linus. Yeah, he'd make a great husband. Not
Linus. Actually, that one I know it does exist.
Oh god. How about you know what? What about No.
I gotta ask. Are you sure you want the answer?
Gus.
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it does exist.
Clint?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Clint is completely available. In fact, I want to say if Sandy was an eligible candidate, then I feel like Clint would be like the other one to that.
Give me the funny ones. Who you know?
Let's see. Well, I'm pretty sure Krobus.
You can romance that thing?
Yeah. It was I don't know. I think when the guy was trying to showcase it, it didn't really work out too well.
Yeah,
it was having problems. No, I mean the whole mod was having problems, so it didn't really get showcased properly. But that was a mod being developed, at least from what I remember.
Yeah.
You could romance Linus and Marnie. and also because, as we were saying, there's some there's some finger pointing that they're in a relationship. There are cutscenes when you try to romance them, deal with that a little bit.
With Mayor Lewis.
Well, Mayor Lewis, if you're trying to romance Mayor Lewis, Marnie's like, oh, I guess you have eyes for the main character. I guess I'll step back. Likewise with Marnie, if you try to romance her, Mary Lewis kind of does something similar. Or he's like, I thought we had something special. I don't
Man,
remember. It's weird.
please say there's no mods to romance Jazz and Vincent.
Vincent, I don't think so. But here's the weird thing about Jazz. And I want to clarify. I didn't make this mod. Someone else did. But there is a mod for Jazz in that
Oh
regard.
God!
But
What,
there
she
is a
grow
twist
up or
to it.
something?
There is a twist to that. It's kind of on the whole Yandere vibe. It's like
That she's not
Yandere.
really a. Oh, I'm not. I just look like I'm 2.
No. When I say Yandere, I mean, have you ever heard of Yandere Simulator?
I have no idea what that
Okay,
is.
so basically, Jazz becomes a psycho killer,
Oh God!
and it's a really weird mod. I know there are videos about it, but the point is, essentially, you do marry Jazz, which is all sorts of fucked up, but it's kind of one of those things where she's becomes a psychopath who kills people.
Who should kill?
Uh,
Random
it's
people?
no, it's like someone created for the mod,
Oh, okay.
so it's not someone here, but I know she threatens Penny in that mod.
Why? Why?
Because she's a psycho. It's I don't know. It's
Why
Chandra
is that?
Jazz.
Why is that her character?
Because the internet is a crazy place.
I was thinking you was like, oh no, she's actually 18, but she
Nope.
looks like she's 2. That the old Fire Emblem trick.
It's very crazy sort of situation.
Um, Shane, we kind of talked about
We
him.
kind of talked about Shane. I like Shane.
He just doesn't like me. He's like, yo, wait, why are you talking to me?
You gotta level up his friendship.
Why are you talking to me? I'm talking to you because I'm wondering what's up. Hey, Shane, what's going on? How you doing in the corner there, drinking whatever you're drinking?
Yep. You just gotta level him up. He gets
And
better.
then you got Vincent.
Who's basically just a little kid. He's kind of a goofball.
I mean, he's all right. He's Shane's or Sam's
Here's
brother.
the thing. Jazz is like the excelling student. Vince is kind of
he
just
does
the
that,
goofball who's like, oh man, I want to go outside and play.
he
These
wants to make
classes are
mud
boring.
pies. He wants to make mud pies, but his mom's gonna get mad.
Yeah.
Like, that's a tough break, man.
And then you got Willie.
Willie's my boy.
Willie's he's a fisherman.
He's what I aspire to be.
He's John the fisherman.
I sit by his house and I fish.
That's a good place to fish.
I like to sit by his house and I like to watch him come out for like 2 seconds to fish and then he goes back in his house.
I like to get bait from the shop for 5 gold apiece.
It is pretty good. It's inexpensive.
Mm-hmm.
I have so much bait, like I don't really need to buy it.
Mm-hmm. But it does make fishing a lot easier.
I have my crab pots.
That's a good thing to have. If you level up your fishing high enough, he'll sell you better rods.
I have the best rod in the game.
You have the iridium rod?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you can actually
have-
equip.
I have level 10 fishing.
Oh,
It's the
wow.
only, everything else is like level 1 except fishing.
You really well. It's very profitable. So I
I like the fit. I just I like it. I just like it. It's fun.
nothing wrong with that.
My fishing is level 10. I got it in the middle of summer.
You can
Oh,
actually
yeah.
start going after the legendary fish if you want.
I caught one.
You caught one of the legendary fish?
I caught the crimson fish.
Oh wow.
I have a screenshot.
Well, to be fair, the legendary fish are seasonal.
Yeah.
Except for one. I think that's the mutated carp, and that's capturable in the sewer. Like any time of the year.
I'm gonna go check that out when I head to sewer.
But otherwise, like the other 4 legendary fish are seasonal in the sense that one of them becomes available during the season, but the other 3 are not. accessible until like another season.
Willie likes that weird sea cucumber. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the basic sea cucumber.
Oh, it's the regular one, not the
Not
right. The
the
other
not
one's
the
purple.
super one. Yeah, the super one is like the purple one.
Yeah, okay. And then you got Wizard. I don't know the Wizard very well. I
Well,
think I saw him once, and he lives in a tower.
yep.
I forgot how to get to that tower,
It's
so
so you go south of your farm into the woods.
like where Marnie is.
Yeah, except you go basically as far east as possible, and his tower is along that side.
East.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing about the wizard is he's not really important early on in the game, but late in the game he gives you a quest, and that quest basically leads you into like the latter half of the game.
Okay.
You kind of are at the end of the end of like a lot of the story when you get to that point, aside from like stuff you can do in the desert and Skull Cavern.
I haven't seen any of that.
But I know that quest does involve you going into the sewer, and it does involve like a lot of talking to Krobus.
He kind of scares me.
Krobus or the wizard?
Krobus.
Oh,
I don't like
Krobus
looking
is
at
pretty
him.
alright. I
I don't
mean,
like
his
looking at
portrait
him.
is a little. I don't know. It's a little. I don't know if unnerving's the right word, but it's a little lacking.
It's spooky.
Well, the thing is, he's a shadow brute, but he's trying to interact with the main character, so he doesn't really know too much about human culture.
Oh, okay.
Also,
Okay.
he's a monster, so there is that.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we're getting close to about an hour 50. Not
Yeah.
quite there, but you know it's starting to get kind of long, so I'm gonna end it off
Oh
here.
yeah, it's long. Okay.
I wanted to talk about Sega, but I guess that's gonna have to wait for another time.
Oh, sorry.
No, don't worry about it. Talk about Stardew Valley. I fucking love Stardew Valley. Are you kidding me? I'm playing
Nice.
it. I'm playing. That's what we've been playing. And Stardew Valley is excellent. It's a good game. Maybe
Yeah.
get into gardening.
It made me almost want to get into fishing.
You know what? That is the next step up. Fishing is really good too. Catch your dinner.
Yes. Yum.
Yeah.
I love fish.
So that said, I guess that's all there is to say. You got any last sentiments or thoughts?
Alright, here's a wise word I heard once. When you feel like crying, know that the sky is crying somewhere where it's raining.